Peace, everyone. How's everyone doing today? This is Q. I'm Goddess on Deck, which you are too. However, this is Goddess on Deck. Welcome to my channel. This is real shit in real time. You already know what to expect. Nothing more, nothing less. I do have a quick, brief video for you that I think will benefit your everyday activities, which is what are the four types of people? Okay. Now, I came up with this idea regarding how this marketing strategy applies to everyday life and how to read people's energy. Number one, okay, especially if you don't see them directly, this may be just someone on over the phone or a text message, email, anything like that. It's like the energy gives off a certain vibration based on how they word their their sentences or how they greet you first thing. So I'm just gonna go over those four types of people with you briefly. Okay, so number one, the first one is fast. Now the fast type of person is like in sales, it's a person that is like right to the point. They're in a hurry. So in sales, if you're a marketer, then you would understand that this person is basically somebody who needs to be approached in a quick manner, but not too fast because you don't want to seem like you're hasty and anxious. Yet this person's already set on whatever their agenda is for the day. So if you're a person that's in sales, you're basically witnessing this person just like breeze by you real quick. So the way that you approach these type of people, or say if you're on a social media platform, and you're trying to figure out like where is this person coming from, but they jump on your page immediately. They have something quick to say. These are the type of people who ask questions, yet they're not asking the questions to listen and to understand. They're more so asking the questions to reply. They already have a response already made up in their mind. You can tell because they quickly respond to every little thing that you say, and they already have it made up as to what they're going to say, regardless of what you say, because they're not listening. They're not reading what you're saying. They just want to argue. So they come across as just, they need that attention. So they're very fast and quick. They appear to be agile with it, and that's more so just because they need that feedback. They need that validation of what it is that they're speaking on at the time, or so whatever the subject is, they need your attention. So that's in reference to sales, but also in reference to reading someone's energy. Okay, you can gather this just from how they start off with the greeting. It could be, "Hey girl, what's up?" It could be anything like pretty direct, like what you doing? Something like that. And so you can sense that the energy is saying, oh, they may be bored and just want your attention at the moment, but it doesn't mean like in sales. The reason why we have this this format that we go by is because in sales you're not guaranteed a yes every single time you pitch someone, right? So in marketing, you want to already have in your mind that there's a certain amount of no's, which is 90% no's and 10% yeses. So if you have a social media platform and you realize that your platform is designed in a way where, like mine, I speak the truth, and most of it is my truth as well. I can also speak from another person's perspective and whatever their truths are, whether if I agree with it or not. Yet, what it does is it sets this base or this good foundation for people who recognize what my platform is about, and they need to decipher whether or not if my platform is for them. Because in marketing, they have a target audience, and so my platform isn't for everyone. I'm not here to kiss your ass to make you like me, and I'm damn sure not gonna force myself to like you if I don't like you. Okay, and so when you're comfortable in your own skin and you're comfortable about who the fuck you are, you know damn well you don't owe it to anybody to sit there and try to beg for their likes or beg for their attention, okay? You know, your own happiness is key. Happiness over everything. So hoe up, okay? Now, the second person is slow. Now, this person also asks questions. However, they like linger. If you've ever been in sales, you ever stood around and you either done retail or direct sales, you notice someone looking at the table or they looking around and it's taking them forever. And then they finally say, how much is this? Or something like that, right? Now they know exactly what they're doing. They're just killing time. So this is what people do when they jump in your DMs or your inbox or your comment section or even a text message, okay? Even if you're in the dating scene or something like that and you get this type of message where someone is like lingering and slow poking around or asking you a direct question, but they take this long drawn out goddamn approach to get to the point, okay? So these are the type of people you want to watch out for as well, because in sales, you're not guaranteed a yes from the slow, fast, and the other two I'll mention. So how you want to approach them is that you want to be at a higher pace. Now, what I'm also mentioning in this is frequency. Okay, when you vibrate high, you know you don't have to stoop down to their level. So if the person is here, you should be right here. Okay, not way up here, but at least right here. So if they're at a 5, be at a 7 or 8. If they're at a 3, be at a 5 or 6. Okay? The reason why is because sometimes what we do as healers or energy workers and light workers, you can't forget the shadow, okay? Everyone has a shadow, and so do you as an individual. You have a shadow side. So keep in mind, some people are operating from their shadow self, and they're trying to figure out if they can bait you into some type of conversation or a situation that will lead you out of where you are normally. So if you know you're at a 10 or and above normally, when it comes to your everyday attitude and your everyday perspective on life, you're optimistic, you're grateful, you have a sense of gratitude in your heart, you just love living and you love giving, things like that. It takes a long time for someone to bring you all the way down to their level. So if they're at a 2, they're miserable and depressed and shit, then you know you have to still vibrate higher. So even when they say I think Michelle Obama made this statement. So she said when they go low, you go high. Okay, if you're already high, you don't have to go higher. Okay, you remain where you are. Okay, but if they are lower, much lower than you, you're still higher than them, even if you go lower. Okay, even if you go to a 7, which I could have started off my day at a 10, right? However, someone could have done something to cause me to look at them sideways and be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And you know how those type of moments could fuck with your day? So you can go from a 10, be all like this and everything, hey, and then all of a sudden somebody throw you off. You can go from a 10 to a motherfucking 6 because they down at a 2. But you ain't got to go all the way down to a 2. So technically, you still are high. You feel me? Okay? So also, the people who are very slow to their approach, they also are not possibly listening to you at all because they already have their mind made up. They're just killing time. They're just, wasting yours. As a matter of fact, they're talking about things that they have on their mind. They don't really care to listen to you at all. And we all have these people who call us, get in your DMs, comments and things like that. And they take up all this time getting to the point. And then when you finally hit them with the definite, and then they're still, well, I don't know. I was thinking that it was this. Well, maybe it was that. I don't know. That's when you know you're dealing with a very slow-minded person. They're vibrating on a slow frequency, okay? And they're trying to get you to understand where they're coming from, so they want you to come down to their level, And so when it comes to sales, they're not guaranteed a yes either. So I'm making sure that I correlate this to social media, because when we post, you should post for yourself, okay? And I do mean that in a sense of, when I post things that are very serious to me, or I'm passionate about, such as being a free thinker and abortion rights, things like that. There's certain things that I post. However, I don't expect everyone to agree. I don't even have any goddamn expectations. So honestly, if you don't like what I post, that's fine. If you do, that's great. Otherwise, I'm still going to do what I do. Now, opposed to the individuals who take their time to post for likes specifically, like if you know your cleavage is in the camera, that means you were definitely looking for some type of attention. And see, when it comes to sales, there's an exchange that is expected of you and the person who is buying the bullshit. Okay, because that's what you can find at stores. That's what you can find when you're, we all know that when we're shopping, there's different things that we look for. When we're shopping around, and we know that we went there for certain products. However, what do? We end up walking around, taking our time, especially if you have time. Then you're like lingering around a little bit, and then other things impulse you to buy it, especially if it's a good price, or if it just looks good, things like that, right? So same thing with people on their social media platforms. We have to be more mindful and more conscious and aware of what we decide to give our attention to. So because I know that what I'm speaking on has quality to it, I don't care about the numbers in reference to how many people see it right now, because it's true. You feel me? So whether if it's 10 people today or 1,000 people tomorrow, it doesn't matter. The truth is still what it is. And I didn't have to shake my ass. I didn't have to show any body parts to get it. I'm basically sharing something that will be valuable to your life. Okay? And that's how you know when you're dealing with quality people, quality platforms, is when they offer something that's valuable to you. And it's not confused with lust and greed and pride, envy, all of those, all that good shit. And we all know what they are. Yet, number 3, okay, the analytical person. Now, the analytical person is, they come across a little defensive right from the beginning. They ask detailed questions. Now, we've all had people, either in sales, ask, okay, so what does this do? What does that button do? Okay, so, well, I had that gadget before, and it did this when I did that. However, it broke. So, these are the people who will ask you 1,000 questions just to see if you are on your A game, just to test you. So even on a platform, your social media platform, when you're posting for yourself, never post to debate. I mean, unless you just like to debate and argue and prove your case. I mean, go to fucking law school then. You know what I'm saying? Go to a history class and major in that shit, and then teach a whole class on history or whatever you're passionate about. However, if your platform becomes this site for debates and arguments and things like that, it shows that you're looking and expecting that exchange, that transaction of energy and attention. So a lot of people don't realize that they are falling into that trap, right? Now, when you want to build up your platform, of course you want quality content, you want quality people. So in marketing, of course, you do have to talk to everyone. Meaning, I don't want you to get this confused. When you talk to everyone, it means that you don't cherry pick who you're going to engage with or who the message is for. You share the same message or the same content with everyone, regardless if they want it or not, right? So that's different from switching your message to people please and appease other people based on whatever their beliefs are or whatever their perceptions and perspectives are. Like, you shouldn't have to shape and mold yourself to suit what other people expect of you or what their opinions are of you. You should just do what you know you're passionate about based on what your calling is and stick to it, because you will find 90% no's who will not like what you're doing, who will not buy what you're doing or buy what you're selling if you're selling a product or anything like that. But my point is that when you find your 90% no's, you will get your 10% yeses. And so when you apply the system consistently by reading these 4 types of people every single time, even on a platform, you would know who to block, who to delete, who to ignore, who to who to just let them like, let them dislike, let them inbox, whatever they need to do. Yet, it doesn't mean that it needs to break you just because they're not agreeing with you. So now you need to shape everything that you've designed your platform for just to please these motherfuckers. Okay? Also, when we're getting into these conversations with people, be very aware that the analytical type of person is there to test you. So the so-called conscious community, right? You know, everyone loves to debate and figure out how much knowledge the other person knows, as if you're going to get a motherfucking reward just because you know a little bit more than the other person. Keep in mind, we all know a little bit more or less than each other, and we're supposed to give freely, not make it so debatable and defensive to the point where I'm not sure if I want to talk to this person because they don't agree with me when I talk about this and that. You know what I'm saying? It really shouldn't even come down to that if we're here to help each other. But if it comes down to that where people don't like what's on my page, mainly because I'm not catering to them, they have the freedom to go. If they get disrespectful, then you can really get the fuck out. Okay? That means you're going to get blocked and deleted, and I might cuss your ass the fuck out in the process. Lately, I've been taking it easy, as you can see why. However, at the end of the fucking day, I really don't give a shit. Okay? So, last one, the fourth type of person, because we went through fast, slow, and analytical. The fourth type is the people person. Now, this person is very, very engaging, okay? Meaning they come across very appealing to either the knowledge that you speak on. They may know a little bit of what you're talking about, so they can engage with you, or they're attractive. Because even in sales, these people always seem like a quick yes. Like, oh, they understand the product. Oh, I'm going to sell this. You think immediately like, oh, this is a yes. These are the people who are just loving the moment of engaging with other people who are talking about the same shit when it's in reference to social media. So these are the people, I'm so serious. These are the people who, I swear, if you don't have a cup of coffee, okay, every morning before you jump on your social media platform, depending on what it is that you engage with people for, these are the people that will like literally make you laugh all the time, because you can tell when they're trying to bait you into these conversations to just have these long drawn out conversations just because they need your attention right now, and they just love to engage. Now, these are cool people, yet it doesn't mean that they still like your page. Sometimes these are the people who will jump in your DMs or your inbox and your text message or something like that, and just to see how everything's going and everything, and sending you messages, memes and everything, yet they still don't like you. They don't like you. They're just watching you. But they like to engage with people because they're people. So these are the people who you got to treat them accordingly. You know, that's pretty much what they say. They have a lot to say. They appear to be very genuine. And it's not that they're not genuine. However, what they're most likely very genuine about pertaining to social media, they're genuine about the moment of exchanging information, because they just like people. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean that they really get you. Sometimes they're just there to learn from you, to figure out like, I wonder how much does this person know? Like, this person is interesting. So they appear to be like captivated about you, you know? And you can tell because their consistency will show. Now, all four of these types, it doesn't mean that they're a yes or a no until they are closed. In a sale, you always have to close your sale, okay? Now, what I mean by that is you got to remain who you are. Now, if they stick around, whether if they agree with everything you say or not, and they're respectful, and they never come with that indirect bullshit to like test you and whatnot, even though all four of these types are capable of doing anything to get you to that point where you got to read them like, okay, so that's what you're doing. All right. So you just treat them accordingly. But what I'm saying is their consistency will show you. Meaning, are they sharing your work? Are they liking your work? Are they commenting? Are they reposting? Are they sending other people to your page as a recommendation? Is your information helping them at all? Are they giving you some type of feedback? All four of these types can give you that feedback and that consistency. Yet, it's just up to you to pay attention to what those consistencies are. All right? So I hope that helped everyone. Once again, that is the four types of people. It is in reference to marketing. However, I shared with everyone prior to me doing this channel is that I'm going to incorporate marketing strategies in reference to real life situations such as dating too. Yeah, I already did a video about that in reference to law of averages for women who need to know how to date and choose the right one. Because if you choose so quickly, you might not get the best thing. It's just like when you're shopping for a car. You don't pick the very first car. I mean, unless it's a really good car, but your best option is to shop around, right? Like the first house you want to see, it might be a very good looking home, but it might be a bunch of things wrong with it that you did not see from the beginning because you were too quick to jump on it. So it's just like relationships too, people as well. So once again, I do appreciate you all stopping by. I apologize for the cutoff, but I didn't want to sit like this. I mean, I could have, but whatever. I'm good. I hope you're good. But once again, I'm over here just making my jewelry and whatnot. This is my little station. I'm not going to show you the mess at this moment, but I just got my things over here making my jewelry. I made this one today. And this is a cute little bracelet. This is gray agate. I'm feeling it. And this, I don't know. I'm fascinated with my own goddamn jewelry, so I'm sorry. But yeah, so I hope you liked the video. You can come back and you're welcome at any time. This is Goddess on Deck. Like I said, you already know what to expect. This is real shit in real time, nothing more, nothing less. My name is Q, and you already know how I do. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. Peace.